Well, I mean, that's beautiful to understand the world's fake, and I just create it with my mind. But, the things in it that are here to piss me off, that makes me realize that there's a job to be done because no one comes to a game world where you just let nothing run over you, you know? Unless it's like a torture simulation, and this sucks for a torture simulation. I haven't had my arms ripped off and super glued back on 10 million times a day in a long time, apparently, because I forget last time that happened. So we gotta always keep in mind why the NPC in this world who are lying from the start about what they are, like the clones claiming they're humans, why their entire existence would be lying, manipulation, torture, drugging, pedophilia, mass slaughter of the globe, things like that. It really only adds up to one thing, right? What do you? I mean, can they even like add that up? I know like the game doesn't allow them to pass kindergarten, but then it allows them to like see like into crystal balls and know what I'm doing in my private life and stuff. So I'm never sure what the game is allowing the characters that we're co-generating to think or know. And then at the same time, I'm never allowing when my spells are allowed to erase any of that stuff. Like, like the COVID thing. Like, who called for that erasure? Probably not me first, but later on I realized, like, yeah, they're kind of right. I don't think everyone needs to know about all this stuff. Because then I have to continually go around going erase their memories and stuff. And like that's like a waste of time for me. But obviously the game has set up things, and most games are like that, right? Most games, like if I play Mario Brothers One and I just start it up and I don't attend to it, the Goomba kills me. Did I ask the Goomba to even come near me? No. If I like say, "Hey Goomba, this is my religion. Stay away from me. Your people are not allowed around me." Does the Goomba listen? No. If I do pretty much anything else, what happens? Except for using an invincibility spell, which I think I get that naturally because the game's so long that it's obvious it's not a permadeath game. I mean, the whole storyline here totally talks about the opposite of permadeath being reality and stuff. And on the outside of the game, and I'm assuming kind of it doesn't talk about the outside of the game like really at all. So pretty much everything is pointing at the rules and regulations on the inside of the game. So I kind of assumed that the Goomba in Mario One is like they're there because the Koopas took over, and Goodnight Koopa, Goodnight Goomba, and so I don't see like really much else there and stuff. Um, Boy, the Goombas begin pissy and stuff when I like get the fireball spell and stuff like that, and they'd be like no, and then the game will do things like make me have like massive heart pain for days in a row, and it's like the humans like all their writings they die like within like 15 seconds if they have issues like that, and like it's like wait a minute, so you're just like I wonder if they're like actively trying to kill me. I mean, obviously, catching them putting poison in my drinks, right? Like, I mean, it could be that they're just playing around and setting up a cool show, but I don't think so because, vicious is the game from the start. You start the game and the Goombas are right there trying to kill you, and that's them. And it's kind of weird in most games where you get to start out and build your skill sets. Like the first city is kind of like harmless and stuff, whereas in this city you're thrown into the Goombas, but you just have the invincibility star from the start, so they don't hurt you, but you still gotta like worry about them biting your ankles and stuff. Or I mean, some might consider like sacrificing, drugging people more than biting ankles. Like some people, if they have brains, if they're living characters, they might consider things like that a little more than nothing. Enslavement, things like that. Trying to force you to become part of the Koopa Kingdom and stuff. Like through drugging and abuse and enslavement and robbery, forced labor, stuff like that. Yeah, so it's pretty obvious the point of the game here, because I mean, the humans have done about zero to stop worshiping devils themselves. So we tried that method of gathering them against themselves. We later learned in 2020, we're telling them, we're telling all in it, all in it together to go against each other, and they did kind of like, if they were real, they really fucked their world up and stuff, coming at me and stuff. But they don't have anything to lose, because how does a clone I just summoned have anything to lose if I just summoned it? It's lying about having something. It's lying about doing work. It's lying about existing before I summon it, and so it has nothing to lose, right? But hey, I figure this is the halfway point. COVID is like literally like the halfway point. It's like where I stop building skills and the blood and muscle come into play. And that's some crazy shit for like technical day one of the game. That's like when I picked up the controller and started like hitting the Goomba in the first level, pretty much. There was a few times before that, but not really. I consider 2020 like that whole phrase there. It's seeing it, and it's like, oh, I'm playing Mario finally loaded. I can quit eating grilled cheese and play the game now. That took 40 years for that game to load, didn't it? But yeah, best. They're clones. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Expect, like, the NPC to help or do something? I can't trust them when they do help, obviously. Like, most of them are the Goomba Kingdom and shit. And I think that's just, like, part of the whole thing, and, like, how I can cast spells and be like, make my enemies work for me. But I don't like that spell because I don't like my enemies working for me, so I don't like that spell very much. It works. It works very well. It works very well to accept gifts from the devil and shit, but it gets confusing because it's like, the devil's helping me. Is that my friend? And it's like, no, remember, they've been telling you they're friends your whole life. And remember what they really did. It was Koopa recruitment time and stuff, apparently. But yeah, so I just have to assume, because of all the bullshit and the fact that they're allowed to terrorize me, that what happens is it just mirror reflects back at them slowly over time and shit. Some did suggest that was what was happening since 2020, some things in their lives. Someone's like, oh, my life, it's because of you. It's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But maybe it is more these days, but you definitely claim you walked down that path on yourself, like the clones claim they walked down a path to come meet me right when I summoned them, or a month before, or a week before, or something like that. They make a lot of big claims. It's hard to differentiate. Obviously, if it's like the mind control thing, and they say anything of value, it instantly devil and stuff. Instantly, everyone who does that has to be devil, because, like the reality land, they would, not just surprise me like that with like a demon and stuff, because it wouldn't be cool. So yeah, I'm gonna just assume that what's going on here like has to go on and everything, and I'm trying to like the good guy in this game is gonna fucking destroy everything. Like, I don't think that has to be the bad guy. Like, that would be a good person if they came to this planet and they're like, oh my god, it's a bunch of devil clones, we gotta fucking get rid of them. I think that's like a perfectly healthy idea against slavers, murderers, and torturers and shit.